After a 5-year pause brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, the United States government is officially restarting collections on defaulted federal student loans. This marks a significant shift for millions of Americans who have relied on the temporary relief measures to stay afloat during uncertain times. The pause, which began in 2020, was intended to provide breathing room for borrowers facing job losses, reduced income and other pandemic-related hardships. Now, as the country moves forward, the government is resuming efforts to recover billions of dollars in overdue student loan payments. This means that millions of Americans who fell behind on their payments could face serious financial consequences, including wage garnishment, tax refund seizures, and even negative impacts on their credit scores. For many, the return of collections is a source of anxiety and uncertainty, as they worry about how to manage mounting bills and the threat of aggressive collection tactics. The end of the pause is not just a bureaucratic change, it's a real and immediate challenge for families already struggling to make ends meet. Starting May 5th, 2025, the Department of Education will begin renewed efforts to collect overdue payments from borrowers in default. This date marks the official end of the grace period, and borrowers who have not made arrangements or caught up on missed payments may soon receive collection notices or other communications from loan servicers. The government is expected to use a range of tools to recover these debts, including contacting employers to garnish wages and working with collection agencies. This news comes after the student loan payment pause ended in October 2024, leaving many borrowers scrambling to adjust their budgets and find ways to make their monthly payments. For some, the sudden return of bills has been overwhelming, especially as inflation and rising living costs continue to squeeze household finances. Many borrowers are now reaching out to loan servicers for help, seeking information about repayment plans, deferment or forbearance options. The resumption of collections is a stark reminder of the growing student loan debt crisis in the United States. With total student debt now exceeding $1.7 trillion, the burden on young adults and families is heavier than ever. Many recent graduates are entering the workforce already saddled with significant debt, making it harder to save for the future, buy homes or start families. The crisis has sparked renewed debate about the need for long-term solutions to make higher education more affordable and accessible. For many borrowers, the pandemic only made existing financial difficulties worse, pushing them further behind on their loan obligations. Some lost jobs or faced reduced hours, while others had to prioritize essentials like rent, food and healthcare over student loan payments. As collections resume, these individuals may feel trapped, unsure of how to catch up or where to turn for help. Now, with collections restarting, it's more important than ever for borrowers to understand their options and take proactive steps to avoid further financial hardship. This may include exploring income-driven repayment plans, applying for deferment or forbearance, or seeking advice from financial counselors. Staying informed and acting early can help borrowers protect their finances and navigate the challenges ahead as the era of student loan collections returns. More than just those currently in default are at risk in this growing crisis. While over 5 million borrowers are already in default on their federal student loans, an additional 4 million are considered at risk of defaulting in the coming months ahead. This means that a staggering total of nearly 9 million Americans are facing the possibility of wage garnishment and other aggressive collection efforts. This represents a significant portion, almost 25% of all borrowers with federal student loans nationwide. Adding to the concern is the fact that less than 40% of borrowers are currently making payments on their student loans. This suggests that a large number of individuals may be caught off guard by the resumption of collections and unprepared for the potential impact on their finances and daily lives. Wage garnishment is a legal process that allows the government, or sometimes a private creditor, to collect unpaid debts by taking money directly from a person's paycheck before they even see it. This process is often initiated after other collection efforts have failed, and it is backed by a court order or government mandate. For many people, wage garnishment can come as a shock, especially if they're already struggling to make ends meet. In the case of defaulted federal student loans, the government has the authority to garnish up to 15% of an individual's disposable income. Disposable income is what remains after legally required deductions like taxes and Social Security are taken out. This means that the amount withheld is calculated from what you actually take home, not your gross pay. The process can begin without a court hearing, making it especially important for borrowers to stay informed about their loan status. For those affected, this can mean a significant portion of their earnings is withheld every pay period, reducing the money available for rent, groceries, and other essentials. The sudden drop in income can create a ripple effect, making it harder to keep up with other bills and financial obligations. Many people are caught off guard when they notice the deductions, leading to stress and anxiety about how to cover basic living expenses. However, the impact of student loan default extends far beyond just wage garnishment. Defaulting on a student loan can damage your credit score, making it more difficult to qualify for credit cards, car loans, or even rent an apartment. It can also lead to additional collection fees and interest, increasing the total amount owed over time. The emotional toll of dealing with debt collectors and mounting bills can strain relationships and affect mental health. The government can also seize federal tax refunds, including valuable credits like the Earned Income Tax Credit and the Child Tax Credit. This means that money many families count on for annual expenses or emergencies can be taken to pay down student loan debt. Losing a tax refund can be especially devastating for low and middle-income families who rely on that money to catch up on bills or make important purchases. Additionally, Social Security benefits are not exempt from garnishment. The government can withhold up to 15% of monthly benefits, though they must leave at least $750 per month for essential living expenses. For seniors and people with disabilities who depend on Social Security as their primary income, this reduction can make it even harder to afford necessities like housing, medication, and food. In more extreme situations, the government may even resort to lawsuits to garnish state tax refunds, lottery winnings, or even freeze and seize funds from bank accounts. These actions can happen quickly and with little warning, leaving individuals scrambling to recover financially. Understanding the full scope of wage garnishment and its consequences is crucial for anyone facing student loan default, as it can impact nearly every aspect of financial life. The Department of Education is taking significant steps to ensure that borrowers in default are fully informed about their options and responsibilities. Beginning in the 2 weeks following April 22, 2025, the department will send out a series of official emails to all borrowers who are currently in default on their federal student loans. These communications are designed to reach as many affected individuals as possible, providing timely updates and guidance during this critical period. These emails will contain essential information about the various repayment options available, as well as resources that can help borrowers avoid the serious consequences of wage garnishment. The department wants to ensure that every borrower understands the steps they can take to regain control of their financial situation, and these emails will serve as a first point of contact for many. In addition to email notifications, the Department of Education will also send out more detailed notices by mail later in the summer of 2025. These mailed notices will specifically address those borrowers who are at risk of wage garnishment, outlining the actions that need to be taken and the deadlines that must be met to avoid further financial penalties. While the government has emphasized its commitment to helping borrowers return to repayment in a responsible and manageable way, it is equally important for individuals to take proactive steps to protect their own finances. Ignoring these communications or delaying action can lead to more severe consequences, including the garnishment of wages, tax refunds, or even Social Security benefits. One of the most important first steps for borrowers in default is to reach out directly to the Default Resolution Group. This specialized team is trained to assist borrowers in understanding their options and navigating the often complex process of resolving defaulted loans. The Default Resolution Group can help borrowers explore a range of repayment options, including income-driven repayment plans that adjust monthly payments based on income and family size. These plans can make repayment more affordable and may even lead to eventual loan forgiveness after a certain number of qualifying payments. Additionally, borrowers may be eligible for loan rehabilitation or consolidation, both of which can remove the default status from their credit report and stop wage garnishment actions. For those who are facing imminent wage garnishment, it is important to know that you have the right to request a hearing before an administrative law judge. This hearing provides an opportunity to present your case and potentially prevent or reduce the amount of garnishment. To exercise this right, borrowers must submit a formal request for a hearing within 30 days of receiving the wage garnishment order. Acting quickly is crucial, as missing this deadline can result in automatic garnishment without the chance to present your circumstances. During the hearing, borrowers are encouraged to present any evidence that demonstrates financial hardship, inconsistent or unstable employment, or recent bankruptcy filings. Providing thorough documentation can strengthen your case and may lead to a reduction or suspension of garnishment. The resumption of student loan collections and the renewed threat of wage garnishment highlight just how important it is for borrowers to take control of their student loan debt now, rather than waiting until enforcement actions begin. By staying informed, understanding the risks, and taking advantage of the resources and options available, borrowers can protect their financial well-being and work toward a more secure financial future. Taking action today can make all the difference in avoiding the long-term consequences of default and wage garnishment.